Do you know where you are right now?
I'm in the fucking hospital. I want to go home. I have 2 kids.
Can you talk? Do you know why you're in the hospital? Do you know what's happened since you've been here?
My leg hurts so bad. My leg hurts so bad.
What brought you to the hospital, Sarah?
I don't remember.
It sounds like you've been more confused and it's hard to remember things.
Yeah, I don't remember. My husband left. He was right there. And then that lady came in. She started putting stuff in me. She didn't call my husband.
Sarah, you seem very afraid, and I want to reassure you that you're safe here. This is Memorial Sloan Kettering. We're definitely going to get someone to see if we can get your husband on the phone.
Get my husband on the phone, please.
We're going to ask the staff to just get us the phone number. Can you tell me more about your pain?
My leg hurts so bad.
When did the pain start? That's what brought you here, right?
The lady came in. She wouldn't give me the medicine. She said it makes me too sleepy. And I need the medicine. Do something. Do something. God, you're just sitting there.
What has helped you pain in the past?
I don't know the name of it.
Okay.
I don't remember the name. My husband knows the names of everything. Great, thank you.
How was that?
Scratching a lot. That's a signal.
What was it like walking into the room?
I mean, I guess see someone packing and putting their stuff together. I felt like, oh, she's gonna bail on us.
So what do you feel like you did well to deal with that and address that?
I think we're starting to understand the problem, that she's got some pain, that she's feeling afraid, doesn't want to be alone.
You're great. You were able to start problem solving towards the end, which is great. How do you feel like you got there?
I mean, I guess okay. I think I probably would have wanted to get a better sense of her mental status. The sense is that she's not grasping everything or not getting memories off. But aside from that,
I observed some like questioning techniques and like verbalizing certain things. Do you like recall like certain things that you said, like certain skills that you utilized to get her to sort of engage more in the conversation?
I guess we tried to use a lot of reassuring statements, tried to kind of reassure her that she was safe, reorient her where she was.
Acknowledge her. She seemed in distress, and you acknowledged it.
And acknowledge how important it was to get her husband, try to see that you're on the same page, try to align yourself with her.
This is there. I see there a lot of pain.
Yeah, it's very great. I guess, would you recommend going around the room at this point to see what?
Well, this one, I don't think this one will be in.
Oh.
Right, well that's
This
a
will
twist.
just be the.
So you would,
Sort of twist.
yeah, you may or may not have a couple other people, 1 or 2 other people.
Oh,
watching
there,
or not.
yeah.
And you could ask, what else did you notice? What worked? What didn't? Did you feel stuck at all? Did you feel like you were heading in the right direction? What would you do next? And you could ask other people too. Anything else you might have done in that situation when she was?
I think one thing you could, there might be times where you don't get that mental status, and it's common to like really get stuck on that, like, what's the date? And I see people all the time, where are you? And really get focused on that, but you're able to break away a little bit from the clinical language to engage with her emotional language. I thought was great. You reflected back. I mean, I think anytime you use someone's name, I would consider that a reflection. You Sarah a lot. It's great to hear your own. Anytime you hear your own name, really, it's just.
Yeah, that's so good.
Yeah. And then you did. So one of the directions was if you guys tried to problem solve too quickly, it would make things worse. But you did a great job, and well, yeah, your thoughts too. How it. But I thought there was also an opportunity when it said it was like the nurse because this was, you came to this, the nurse was telling you he was frustrated, you did pick up with finding the frustrated nurse. And the patient was frustrated with the nurse, couldn't really identify why, but you didn't immediately jump to defend the nurse or the establishment, which is very often a temptation. You could take it a step further, so you don't have to validate, to validate the, it goes with ideas, you could validate the emotion without necessarily agreeing with the patient as a skill. That you can say that sounds so frustrating, that the pain, I feel like your pain is, I'm not saying like, oh yeah, that nurse I know her, she's.
It's frustrating when you don't feel like you're getting the pain control you want.
Yeah, it's right, yeah.
What I thought you did really well too is just focusing on the fact that it's like, you picked up on the fact that there were certain time periods that were missing and how that could be very scary. And then got a little bit more into that issue to really understand what utilizing activities that you mentioned.
Are we going to be asking actors for feedback in this training?
I think this one, I
Right.
guess both.
I personally think, I do simulations, I always think it's good for the
hear.
students to get back some feedback.
But we also want to be clear about what feedback we want them to get.
Yeah.
you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So like, do you want them to talk about how, they started to feel validated and understood? Do you want them that you were, coming too close? We want to be clear about what kinds of
Right, we want them
stuff.
to be giving consistent messages.
Yes,
So-
thank you.
Just like our facilitators.
So I think for the delirium, fishbowl, the feedback you want from the actors is what was going on in your head, not necessarily what the people are doing, because
Oh, okay.
it's sort of, but this is, I think we were doing more of the verbal de-escalation. But for
Yes.
the verbal de-escalation, I think we want to get a sense, did they hone in, did they identify the emotions, did you feel like you were safe with them, or was it something they were doing that was either unconsciously or consciously putting you off? How were they able to get you, how did you feel? I think you did a great job that it didn't resolve, and that's the big distinction in this module, that there's no real resolution, but just.
But they got her to sit.
Exactly, that's a
I
big
mean,
word, right there. So what about?
I'm engaged. It was because you were focused on my feelings, naming my feelings, calling me by name, and also asking about my husband. I think you started problem solving at the end, but in the beginning it was more focused on those skills that we talked about. And that made me feel like you were really here to help me. I was still upset, but I didn't want you to go away necessarily.
Feel heard, right?
Yeah, I felt
Listened.
heard. Yeah, yeah.
And this again, I think is where if we have a more kind of concrete, condensed tool as like a takeaway, that it would be helpful also for actors to have in terms of like what to get feedback on based on the really, the key learning that we want them to come away with.
We reflect those tools if we
Right.
can. That's the
As much
little
as
checklist
possible.
we're going
Right.
down
I think
in
we
our
can
minds.
Sample stuff right off the slides.
Yeah, did you introduce yourself? It can be
Right.
real simple things. Tried to ask to sit down, you were
Sitting.
demanding, and all the empathy skills, I think, are fair game for this. And then in terms of, what next steps are, so I think, and then whatever else you guys want to emphasize and try, I don't know, I'm at a loss a little bit because I don't know really what goes on, releasing.
I think for this scenario, it's sort of traditional comm skills.
It's almost like
Yeah.
anger,
Right, almost
Yeah.
like anger.
except more
yeah.
a confused anger.
Right.
And I think that's what even a lot of these behavioral RRTs, like, that's what they are. It's
Is it that
people-
much, or-
It's really people having a difficult time communicating. And one person, the clinician, often has their agenda, the patient has another agenda, and things escalate because they're not listening to one another. And it's a communication breakdown more than anything else. These other RRTs, while they do happen, they're much more rare. But we still need to, know how to deal with them.
Just
Yeah.
planning the rest of the set, how many more skits do we have?
We just have one more.
Oh, okay.
We can do, yeah, thank you, Penny.
Thank you, good job
Skits,
facilitating both of
I
you.
like it. Is that our
Skits.
new, instead of scenarios, skits.
Should I bring my glasses?
True.
You want it, you almost took it.
The
All right.
troop is here.
Who's going?
Just-
Anna, I know you went last time, do you feel, I mean, we're gonna have Arthur go for the bill
Oh, great.
scenario.
Oh, no, I feel fine.
You feel, okay.
Yeah, let's,
She was marvelous.
Arthur can be Bill, that's
Okay.
great.
You're up,
Oh,
Arthur.
because you practiced the Sarah.
Yeah,
one.
I did Sarah.
Okay.
I feel very
Who's,
equipped to be
learning
so confused.
Great.
So it's fairly different than our normal comm skill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
it
even
is.
for us, like watching
It's
you, it
scary.
feels, yeah, I
feel-
physiologically react a little
Well,
bit.
you-
It is scary, right?
It's a modified anger one.
It is, but it's
But-
that, it's already
It's a little jarring.
more
But
elevated.
it's also
You guys are
self-anger,
getting
because you're really,
Yeah.
because there's
These-
something
so
going
it's
on
also-
internally
there's
as well.
There's like additional elements, like with the aphasia, like so that we
Exactly.
can't
Right.
actually utilize the normal comms
Exactly,
skills
that's what's
Right.
hard.
to get
Exactly.
to the communication and
Isn't it?
figure out, are they rational?
It's fun, it's probably
And are they
more-
just really
Having
angry?
listen and kind of.
Yeah, it's a little more fun.
Volunteer, you guys
You're
aren't
Dr.
too tough a
Bright
crowd.
I'll do it with you, even though I don't do this stuff, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll just be quiet, you take
Yeah,
the
they'll
lead.
be facilitated.
Yeah, that's what happened when I role played, I kind of just stood there, I really did.
Yeah?
Like, I don't know.
Be an
just like-
engine? Oh,
You guys are there.
Bill Stewart. So this is Bill, he's clearly 42 years old.
Whoa.
We'll obviously
My
adjust
age.
this appropriately when we actually do the actual trainings. So this one is the alcohol withdrawal one, you wrote this one, I think, Andrew, right? Arthur, did you have a chance to read it?
Yes, I
Yes, you
did.
did, okay, any questions about the details?
I think, well, I hope I remember.
Okay. Do you wanna just, yeah, as facilitator, do you wanna?
Yes, I mean, so
Instructions here.
there's a little bit of a shape that maybe if you focus on your hand, you can stop. But if you're just like engaged with them, the shaking will,
Continue.
right,
Yeah, you can do.
There's some suicidality here.
right. So this is a, like alcohol withdrawal that's sort of like, didn't get picked up and now it's kind of emerging on the third day. On top of that, there's psychosocial distress with suicidality. If they get too clinical with this suicidal, like evaluating for suicide, then I would react negatively to that they don't really, they're just trying to earn it for the money. There's a little bit of this paranoia, you're just like, for the money, you don't want to get sued type of thing. Like you don't really care about me. But yeah, there's like this sort of, maybe you can sit down for a little bit, if they can get you to calm down, sit down, but then you just feel like jumpy and edgy, jump out of skin.
So you just feel a little restless inside, a little.
Well, they wake them up every so often for the shots and stuff. They have the vitals every 4 hours, you can't even get sleep. We call for that?
Me too, right?
Oh,
Let's do it.
so we claimed that the bill, it's like a 40-something-year-old, I don't know, right, I'm just covering, like 14-year-old, he's trying to leave, I guess he's making some suicidal statements, and he's like, but they're, saying things like, who cares, like, God, you can't get it now, it's still the vital, I don't know what they are, but that's what I think.
Okay. Bill?
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Deborah Stein. I'm one of the nurse practitioners from the Rapid Response team.
I'm Patty Parker. Okay.
Can I talk to you?
Sure, you can talk to me. Everybody talks to me, so I can't sleep.
Can't sleep?
But they wake me up!
Okay. That must be very frustrating. Can we sit down?
Huh?
Is it okay if we sit down?
Sure, sit, do whatever the hell you want.
You wanna sit down?
Every Every time I sit down, they wake me up. I'll sit down.
Can you tell us a little bit about what's going on? I'm a little frustrated.
They wake, every time I try to get some sleep, they wake me up. I think I need to get the hell out of here. I've got something, fill out my forms for my benefits.
Okay. Why don't you stay sitting down for the moment, we can talk about it, and then we can.
But I think I need to get dressed to get out of here, that's all.
I'm hearing you say a few things. You know, one is that you've got forms you feel like you need to fill out.
I have to fill them out.
Okay, and another one is that you're tired.
Well, they wake me up, so I'm tired. They won't let me sleep. Every few hours, they wake me up.
It's hard to do anything when you're not getting sleep.
It's true.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, before you fill out any papers, it'd be good to have some sleep so that you can think with a clear head.
Well, tell the doctor to wake me up. Just, well, but maybe I need a drink or something. Calm me down.
A drink? What kind of drink?
I don't care right
The
now.
juice, water?
No. But you know what a drink is. Just water.
We're just gonna have somebody help give us something that we think will help you with the sleep.
Yeah.
Okay? Can I get a nurse to just get 2 milligrams of Ativan, please?
Sure, I'll bring it back.
We're gonna give you something to help you sleep, okay? And then we're gonna.
Are you gonna wake me up? What's this hell that's going to sleep with me?
We can give you a few hours of sleep. But then, you know, the team, the nurses here, they have to come in and, you know, we're all trying to help you, we're all trying to take care of you, so we have to check your blood pressure and your heart rate.
How about if maybe we can do that right now, so then they maybe won't have to disturb you so
Good,
soon?
good,
How's that?
good, yeah. Okay.
Would that work? Okay.
Good.
Right, you're welcome.
So, how do you think it went? What do you think you're dealing with?
Alcohol withdrawal.
What symptoms are?
I need a drink.
I'll shake it.
Before that point, you didn't know?
Well,
Or was it a differential?
I mean, because I didn't have any information
Yeah,
about the
exactly.
patient and I'm just trying to calm him down, I don't have a differential yet.
Right.
So first I need to get him to kind of calm down and then I can ask about the differential. So we got him to sit, he was shaky, but I mean, it could be so many things. You know, if he is older, a lot of just so many different things. I think, you know, we came in, we introduced ourselves with low, soothing voices, asking you permission, you know, can we talk to you, can we sit? Which was trying to connect with you to get an understanding of what you were thinking, what you were feeling. You know, and then reflecting back, you know, you're saying I can't sleep, and then, you know, I have to fill out papers.
You got him to sit down, to try to talk. And I think you pretty much got to the fact that sleep's a big problem. By the way.
And trying to, we can't promise him nobody's gonna interrupt him either, so it's, you're trying not to
Well,
get that.
I don't know about you guys, I would have said, of course.
Well, that's why I said, let's take the vitals in now, so then.
Yeah, that was
I
good.
So that we can.
I think, you know, like Hope Hicks, a white line would be okay.
No, because he hasn't had his vitals taken, we don't know where he is at all medically. So that's why I was thinking if we can get him to take now,
Yeah.
they're not gonna come in an hour.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah, I thought it was great. the deflection, the initially being brushed off and you still had it, but there's I was blown out. I just blown away by the acting. I mean, that you were, you know, you got him to sit down and get him comfortable, and then when he picked himself up, you responded to that. Trying to get more specific.
I would have been tempted to go, oh, I can see that you're not getting sleep is a really big problem. Would it be helpful to you if we did something to help you with sleep, really get uninterrupted sleep? What is that called?
I probably kind of did that, though.
I did a little
Yeah.
bit of that. I didn't want to go too long because a lot of things were setting him off. So it's like, yeah, I can see, let's see what we can do to help you sleep, and then
Mhm.
the medication is there, and then, but I think more the problem than not getting sleep is also that people keep coming in and
I would
bugging
have
the shit out of
identified
you.
sleep as the big problem.
Well-
If we can help you sleep, would that help?
What-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would they need to address the alcohol withdrawal to the patient? Like if I were playing a doctor, would I be looking for them to address that?
So I think we could, as a facilitator, we could
At
play
least,
this.
I would have, it would be more of a question, like, would that be helpful? You might say, that would be helpful, it's not the only thing wrong, or you might say, yeah, no.
Get me a damn drink and I feel better.
Yeah.
So I think in this case, to go back to what you were talking about before, like there's this underlying issue and there's a barrier to communication as a framework. So I think if we did this scenario again, maybe I'd say like this time let's play up the suicidality, and so they try to force them to try to get at the suicidality, not wanting to be alive, or just it's waste, like what's the point of living anymore, what's the, I'm gonna die anyway, you know, and then the barrier to that is the alcohol withdrawal, that's what's keeping you from engaging with providers.
So gave us some things like I've done for the beneficiaries, but I was kind of like, if I can get them to sleep, then we can think about this all with a cool head in the morning, when we have more support.
Right.
Well, I didn't even really know necessarily what that was about. Like, I didn't, from his presentation, I didn't know how suicidal he was.
Yeah, no, I didn't get that
Okay.
either, but I was like, he was saying something about beneficiaries, and I was like, huh.
I didn't hear that, oh, I'm gonna hurt myself.
No.
Did anybody else hear that?
No.
He's just pissed off and can't sleep.
I think the underlying issue here was, I totally get, you know, just don't have a bias. You know, sleep was his concern, but I think that withdrawing alcohol,
And
shaking.
insomnia was his.
But we were there for 2 minutes, so
Yeah.
in 2 minutes, are you gonna necessarily, would we have known?
Well, I think maybe I need a drink and the tremors maybe. I mean, we didn't have the vital signs, but it's kind of sounded or smelled
Yeah.
like maybe there's a potential, you know, withdrawal going on.
So I think the core skill that was part of the core skill I was going for here was this idea of autonomy, and the idea that you can't even get a drink factors in, that you can't get sleep, that you can't toilet yourself, you can't go to the bathroom, you can't eat, you can't do anything without someone directing you. And that's part of when you guys come in as an RRT, it's a helpful verbal de-escalation skill is respecting someone's autonomy. And like, yeah, you need sleep, that's something you need, and that's something we need to get for you, and we need to listen to you and hear you with that.
I think they did a very good job with that, like meaning they got the patient to feel safe, their verbal communications I think was excellent, and then they had a plan to address the withdrawal, and I don't think they would have ever been able to do that if they hadn't used the other tools that they used.
In terms of orange juice, then.
Only Deborah will clarify.
Would you like some water?
Yeah, orange juice with,
It's funny, but the water, orange juice.
It's a choice, you offered a choice.
There are a lot of beverages.
Well, that's what I was
Apple
trying to get, like, what kind of, you know, and
There are
I
many
can,
variety of beverages.
right, I can make an offer
And
of
most
what
has
we
orange
have
juice.
available and
Yeah.
what's reasonable.
No, it's true.
right?
You're
So
not
I'm
gonna give
offering
a shot.
choices,
We
you're
know
talking
he
about
wanted
autonomy,
cranberry
and I'm
juice.
like, offering choices, and then he told me what he really wanted, which then gave me a huge clue as to what was going on. And then I could help him with two things at once. One is the withdrawal, two is sleep, and then further giving him some control and saying, like, okay, I don't want people to bother me, and knowing within reasonable boundaries what can I grant him. So then I said, okay, I can offer you that, but for a certain number of hours, because we still need to take care of you. And you heard that, it seemed to me, and then you're like, okay, like, she hears what I'm saying, I'm exhausted, I'm really tired, I need some amount of uninterrupted sleep. You know, and, you know, sometimes people verbalize suicidality, not because they actually want to kill themselves, but because they're so frustrated by the situation. So if I can give voice
People
to that.
think of suicide as a way to just end suffering. It's a solution to suffering. Suffering is when you encounter any kind of limitation. We're thinking human beings, we're always trying to figure out how to solve problems. And if my suffering is unbearable, I don't know all of medicine. I haven't been trained. I don't know that there are drugs to stop alcohol withdrawal. I didn't know I'm having a withdrawal. But I'm a human being. I'm thinking, well, the human brain thinks of suicide as at least one of the ways. At least if I'm dead, I'm not feeling this is terrible.
The one thing
A chance to dream.
But I also think that people say, like, I
To
just wanna
drink or
end
not
it
to
all,
drink,
and
that is
we
the
as
question.
clinicians say, oh, that's them making a statement that they wanna kill themselves. But that's not even what they're saying, when they're saying, I just wanna end it all, they're just like, I wanna go home and not be bothered and not be here.
Which brings me to another important thing to include in the teaching with the restraints is somebody saying they wanna hurt themselves, just the policy. Maybe I'll look at it too, just MSKC policy on suicide, what the expectations are.
That's what, as psychiatrists or psychologists, we're much more comfortable exploring what that is, as opposed to being frightened by somebody saying that.
But that was exactly the direction that you guys immediately picked up on, was that if they get too clinical with suicidality, then
They'll-
like negatively.
they'll-
have it
yeah,
going.
they'll not, they got too caught up with suicidality, they would have missed the fact that he was withdrawing.
Yeah, or suffering.
So it seems like there's a little bit more work to do in terms of
Yeah.
crystallizing the learning points and the strategies.
So the three scenarios are good, and just the tools, this is the objective of each scenario. It seems like verbal de-escalation is going to be applicable in every scenario.
Right.
But other concrete goals for each scenario, just refining.
I think that idea of distilling it down to a concrete blueprint would be really helpful. Yeah. So that we have something to share with.
So the didactic part, some refinement, and then the skill part, some refinement.
Right. Also on a very practical level, do we agree with our initial plan of doing the verbal de-escalation role plays in small groups and people just rotating, practicing?
How many people are we having?
I mean, well, that's a question, because so far only
So
the
we
only
have
people
six
that
I think we have 6 APPs per day.
some of them are 5, but yeah.
5 to 6, then you have our TRNs.
Well, we
which might be
haven't,
at 2
but
to
those haven't
3.
been assigned, have
They did work on the schedule, so it's about 2 to 3
We
hours.
haven't gotten anything yet.
they? Yeah, we
You
only have
haven't?
the
I apologize.
NPs.
I'll email you that. So we have 9 people at least, and then security should be there. You know, we can
Well-
talk about the structure, we can do it privately, but I sometimes think it's good for,
If we can engage everyone, I think we
Everybody
can
in
do
the
more
large
as
group.
visual.
Right.
But people have to be, we have to, as facilitators, really try to engage.
It's not a huge group.
No,
It's
it's
not
not
It's
enough.
not, there's
And
something
it-
nice also about the, I don't know.
and it would be
might harder
good
in
because you
smaller.
might not be able to have so many
this is
facilitators.
good.
Sorry, what?
And you might not be able to have so many facilitators.
Right, well, that's another limit, yeah.
And I
that's
think
what
it's
was
good if
thinking about.
everybody, it's a small group, everybody's watching, we're all, together, nothing personal, we're all learning together.
Right. The other thing we do in the small rooms, which we can't do here, is the video playback, but it seems like maybe that's not as
No,
needed.
I think the debriefing, the feedback, then the next group will apply it, build on it.
And we could even do groups of 3 as opposed to pairs.
Oh,
Just
you
to
mean
have
for,
3.
like, yeah,
For the-
coming into,
I don't think we
yeah.
want more than 3.
Do we
but-
still though, like for, technically then we would only need 1 actor per training, but
Let's
if we,
bring
but we
2.
could then bring 2 into rotating.
Yeah, and let's just sort that out, hopefully, because I need to email our group how many hours we're expecting them to do this for.
Right,
Because they're gonna need squeezed from work.
right. Aren't there, there's a total of 10 RNs, right?
Total of 12.
12, right.
12 RNs. But again, if you're following this structure, which is a little different than what we discussed initially, I like this structure. Just if you can
Meaning
have
the big group?
the big group.
Mhm.
I-
Still 4 hours.
Still 4 hours?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll say about 4 to 5. Okay.
It still needs to be, because you do the same number of things, you can carry things out, and we can, if we have two actors, we can still do two scenarios.
We're still gonna be
for
doing
each one.
multiple iterations
Yeah.
of each one.
Yeah, perfect.
Right, for this one, we really only did, I mean, well, one of them we did the two, but we would see it played out differently.
And I would suggest for the first couple, ones we do, we should have extra facilitators here, so people
To
start getting more
watch.
comfortable and seeing how we do things.
And just one thing, are you guys regular here? Like,
Yes.
You
Yeah.
guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Amazing. I mean, they're just,
Yeah.
mine, these
Yeah.
guys.
With the creme de la creme.
You guys are great. Amazing.
We're really all crazy.
Sometimes you tone it down, sometimes you don't have to.
No, really,
I mean,
when
you
you're an
guys are
actor,
great.
when you're an actor, there are certain characters that are just much easier to inhabit, because they resonate with who you are.
There
You
you go.
guys
Am
do
I
a really
correct, guys?
fantastic
There you
job.
go. It's very good.
That's what a playwright told me, I don't know. Playwright director.
I mean, most of these guys work, once or twice a week for us, at
Oh,
least,
they're
and they've been doing it
fantastic.
for years.
Um,
So usually